Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, hope you're all safe and well. I finally got time, or I'm making time, to do my 6mm Pew Pew upgrade. So in the box here, I have an AAP Assassin, which I've already done an unboxing for. So there's the Assassin. And in this box I have a conversion kit for it, along with some pictorial instructions. And I am trying to follow these, I will be trying to follow these and see if we can't convert this into this. So let's start by getting all the bits out. This is plastic, this is plastic, this is aluminium, I think all the rest is plastic. I've got some screws and things, and some name plates. Okay. That is all that's in the conversion box. Alright, so what I've done so far is a basic strip down. I have taken the top receiver off, I have stripped it down, I've taken the front barrel off, I've taken the sights off it, I've taken the front and back sights have come off it, I've removed the piston, and I've removed the barrel with the hop up. These are the components I need to put this all back together. So the first step is to take the barrel, this is the outer barrel, and it goes that way, and this is the inner barrel, and it goes this way, and you push that through into there. And the secret here, it stops because of this piece. But you do need to make sure that this hole here is perfectly aligned with the hole on the black barrel. And then what we're going to do, we're going to use the stock screws that we took out. One goes in there and one goes in there. I'll get that done now. Now these are very small screws, they're going into polymer, so you need to be very careful, and they use a 1.5mm hex. I'll have to take it away from the board for a bit, just to check that everything is aligned up. So that's the first one, and the secret here is it must be flush, or it causes problems later. I'm just going to put the other one in, with this one going in here. Just got to check that the hole here is still lined up, and these are as flush as I can get them. Okay, now this is painted, this is black plastic that's been sprayed. The problem with that, of course, is you scrape it, you've got black underneath it. So I might have to get a silver spray and spray it if it gets damaged. So now we're going to take this whole part with the hop-up unit and we're going to put it back onto the top receiver. And the best way of doing this is to make sure that this big hole is at the top. Turn them both upside down, because there are two small holes here which must line up with these. And you basically very gently push it together. There we are. Now two holes, these should line up. take the original 2 screws, which are the 2mm ones, and they are used to screw that in place. There you are, you heard it go in. Let's get the first one in. Don't need to over tighten these, it is only airsoft after all. And here's the second one. That screws back into place there. There we are. So basically by doing that, all we've done is replaced this front end. Actually I can put that back on, can't I? With this is the drill bit. Right, now this bit is a little bit awkward. You've got to take this shroud and put it over this receiver, and it can only go by going over the drill bit. Now, as I said, this drill bit is plastic, black plastic. If you don't get it right and force it, you can scrape away the paint, so you need to be really careful. You need to check it, all the bits, make sure it's right. Don't force anything, just gently maneuver it, massage it. And what you're looking for is these bits here and here lining up with these bits at the back. Perfect. That's lining up there and there. And that's your shroud. Now you need to secure this on by putting a countersunk screw head into there. It's an aluminium screw and it is 2mm, but it comes with the kit. It is not one of the screws that you've taken off. That just goes in there, and if you've got them lined up right, it won't feel tight, it won't feel awkward, it just gets screwed on. That is, look at that. The head on that, where the hex goes, is a little bit undersized. It's much bigger than 1.5, but it's not quite 2. Anyway, that's on, and that's how it goes. So the next step that we do is take the original charger or receiver, the plunger, and that basically slides straight back into its receiver. That's where it came from, no problems at all. You then take your rear sights that you took off with the original screws that you used or that were holding it in place. They're 2mm screws. The short stubby ones. And we're going to put the sights back on. And they just fit over like that. Look at that. And we can use these to go back in. That's it. So far so good. The next part we do, it's looking more like a drill now, but they put some little features on it which are quite nice. If you've got an electric drill, you know it's got this ratchet thing where you select the speed or the clutch. So we're going to make one of those, and the way we do it is they have provided a little silver cup which actually has a ball bearing on a spring embedded in it. That goes into that big top hole up there, and you've got to push it down and nest it in there, so there's just the ball bearing showing. Then what we do, we take this piece, which is the clutch if you like, and this fits over here nicely, no worries, and it goes over there. Now comes the hard bit. Why is it hard? Because we're dealing with the only metal piece. This is an aluminium piece. And it has the potential of scraping away the paint on the drill bit. Because this has to be threaded and that's where it starts to get stuck. And this has to be threaded all the way down the barrel to the end, so it matches here. I've got some silicone lube, silicone oil spray, and I'm going to give it a good dose. And then we're going to see if that will help it go on. Look at that. Perfect. That's what you need. It'll get that on for you. And you won't scratch your drill bit. Right, we've got almost finished with this part. Now we've got the front part of the drill. This has got a thread on it, and it threads onto this plastic piece here. So you need to be careful that you don't damage it, and it's just normal threading. There we go. Get it on. That's good. Right, there's your drill bit. As you can see, this bit can swivel around. The only negative thing I've got to say about this so far is that it doesn't have any symbols here. It'd be great if it had symbols, but it doesn't. But never mind. Right, we've finished with that for now. We'll be coming back to it. But here's the magazine that came with the Assassin. We want to put this base on it. This is a drill base, the battery base. A couple of things, or one thing we have to do, is take this plastic shroud off. And the way you do that is you pull up on the spring and just slide that forward. And it's held on with this little round piece here. We won't be needing that. That can go in storage with the rest. And we're going to put this together. And it sort of clips together. That's nice. But it's got 4 places for screws, and you use the screws provided in the kit, and these are 2.5 millimeters. The other thing is, this is just injection molded plastic, so it can be quite brittle, so just don't over tighten them. Obviously they bite because they're self-tapping screws. And turn them until they just won't turn anymore, like that. I'm not holding hard because it clipped together. It's just to make it look good and to stop it from springing apart. Right, now we use the delicate bit. We have these Makita logos go in the places here. They need gluing in. They won't stay in, he says. Not being able to get it out. But it does pop out. And there's just a tiny little bit here and a little bit here. So what I'm actually going to do, and you might think I'm being crazy, I'm going to use some foam tack. Yeah. What? Foam tack on plastic works really well. It's just a rubberized cement. You could super glue them in, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put a bit of foam tack there, and a little bit there, and just a little bit along the edge there, just to hold this in. I don't skirmish anymore when I do airsoft. I'm basically just a collector. And this just goes over there like that. That's it. We want one on the other side. You can't get them wrong how they go in, because there's the cutout here isn't central, so there's a bigger plastic piece here and a smaller piece there. So you can see there's a bigger piece here and a smaller piece there, and that's how you can get them on. I'm going to do the same here. There we are. That's done. Now we just have to put the magazine on. There is a little trench in here to engage with this piece that held the base plate on. Now, one big trouble with this is in order to fill your magazine, every time you have to take it off the base plate. But to put it on the base plate, again, you pull this pin down and it slides on and it engages into the base plate. So there's your battery for your drill. And now all we have to do is put it back together. So we've got the lower receiver and we take the new upper receiver. You just got to manipulate it round and it'll go back on. There it is, it looks super cool. Now one last thing we have to do, we have to take this logo, and it has 3 buttons and it's made to designed to fit into there. So we're just going to put that on. Then it tips forward, don't believe it.
20 minutes later.
Okay, so because I wanted to display this standing as a drill, I have had to put a total of 165 grams of iron in the base. They will now still go together, but definitely need the screws to hold them in place. So that's the nose of one of my gliders over there. So there we are. It is the Makita Assassin. A lot of weight in the base to make it stand, but it will now stand as a display item. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you on another video. Cheers.